Hey guys, it's Jenny Silver, and we have a new bill to hit the House of Representatives. This is an updated version of the HEROES Act. It is updated with a much lower price tag at $2.2 trillion. Now, this Democratic bill is an updated version of the previous HEROES Act. This is updated at that $2.2 trillion suggestion that Nancy Pelosi wanted for the Republicans to come up $1 trillion and the Democrats to come down $1 trillion. So the bill has been created and it has been released as of yesterday. Now, I want to be really clear. This is a proposed bill. This is a proposed bill that has not been passed, has not been voted on, and it doesn't seem to be that it will be a bill that will be received as is by the Republicans. Why? Because it has that $2.2 trillion, has a lot of provisions within it that the Republicans will seem to disagree with right off the bat. This hopefully will be a negotiation starting point and will hopefully lead to some sort of a negotiation and an agreement. So, I'm going to share the details of the bill with you. However, do not expect it to pass as is. Okay, you guys, so as with all my stimulus updates, I like to be as succinct and to the point as possible with just the dry facts. I am also only sharing details that pertains to what you guys like to hear on stimulus updates. This includes updates to unemployment compensation, stimulus to families and individuals, and stimulus to small businesses. So, you guys, there's a lot in this bill. Click the full length text below or click one of the summaries below and review all that's in there for yourselves, because I am not going to go through the bill in full. I'm just going to go through those three areas. This includes a $1,200 per adult stimulus check, $500 per dependent stimulus check, continued assistance to unemployed workers. We have an extension of the CARES Act unemployment benefits for workers. So this would restore the $600 per week federal pandemic unemployment compensation, the FPUC, supplement to all state and federal unemployment benefits, starting the week of September 6th and ending January 31st. So retroactive from September 6th onwards. This would extend PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, which provides unemployment benefits for the self-employed and gig workers and for other workers not eligible for unemployment benefits who are directly affected by the pandemic through January 31st. An extension of Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, the PEUC extension, which provides 13 additional weeks of federal unemployment benefits for workers who exhaust their state unemployment benefits through January 31st. We would have an extension of temporary full federal financing of short-term compensation. But then we have a new additional benefit here. This creates a new federal program, Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Extension Compensation, so not PEUC, but PEUEC, which would provide up to 13 additional weeks of federally financed unemployment benefits to any individual who exhausts state or federal unemployment benefits before January 31st. Okay, then we have some improvements to PUA. Now up here we have some clarifications on when you need to stay home with a child or disabled adult if you were their primary caregiver. Next, we have a protection for overpayments. If you received overpayments through no fault of your own and are unable to repay them without severe hardship, the state would waive the overpayment. Benefits for mixed earners. This has been a really big problem. This section would provide federally funded $125 per week additional benefit to individuals who have at least $5,000 a year in self-employment income, but who were disqualified from receiving pandemic unemployment assistance because they were eligible for regular state unemployment benefits. For individuals who are currently receiving the state minimum benefit, the additional payment would provide a similar total unemployment benefit to the minimum benefit amount for pandemic unemployment assistance, which is what workers eligible for PUA are currently receiving in all states. This provision would be effective for future unemployment benefit payments after a state made an agreement with the Department of Labor. Additional funding for the PPP, which includes 3 distinct different sections. We have at least 10% of the remaining funding set aside for businesses with 10 or fewer employees and sole proprietors and the self-employed. We have up to 30% of the funds set aside for those businesses who have not yet received their first time round of funding for a PPP loan. We have up to 50% remaining in future funding for the secondary PPP loan program that provides a second loan opportunity to small businesses with less than 200 employees and a 25% reduction in revenue. We have a streamlined loan forgiveness program for small dollar loans, which uses a 3-tiered system based on size. So if your loan is under $50,000, the borrower only needs to certify to the administration that they have met the requirements of the program for forgiveness, and they must keep documentation available in the event that the administration audits the loan. We have more funding and modifications for the EIDL loans, including the EIDL grants. We have an SBA Lifeline grant program, which creates a lifeline grant for small businesses with 50 or fewer employees and that have suffered an economic loss of at least 30%. Businesses applying for an EIDL loan can request such a grant from the SBA. Businesses applying for an EIDL loan can request this grant from the SBA. Firms can receive the lesser of either working capital needed for 180 days or $50,000. Okay, we have Small Business Local Relief Program, which establishes a state and local grant program in the Department of the Treasury and administered through the SBA. This provides $15 billion in funding to states and local governments to provide grants to small businesses through a network of community-based partners. Relief is targeted to small businesses with 20 or fewer employees or businesses with 50 or fewer if they are located in low-income neighborhoods. So you guys, as you can see, there is a lot of additional provisions in this proposed bill. So you guys, I'm not going through everything, but I wanted to point out to you what it means in terms of stimulus payments and all of the positive changes that are being proposed to some of the flaws in the unemployment payments. So Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House, and Steve Mnuchin, White House Treasury Secretary, have agreed to resume stimulus negotiations. This morning at about 9:30, they had a 50-minute phone call going over the details of the new HEROES Act. Now, Pelosi and Mnuchin are set to speak again on Wednesday, tomorrow, and at which point Mnuchin is expected to come back with a more detailed response to the proposed bill. Pelosi stated, "We are in a negotiation and hopefully we will come to a bipartisan agreement that will remove all doubt that the legislation will pass and be signed by the president." Mark Meadows has stated, "The secretary and I have had a couple of conversations this morning. We also had a conversation with the president, so hopefully we'll make some progress and find a solution for the American people." Details in this bill, I said at the beginning, I'm going to say it again. This is a proposed bill. I would not expect it to pass as is. This is a starting point for negotiations. This would get approval from the White House in the form of Steve Mnuchin first. Steve Mnuchin, Trump weighing in on the details of this updated HEROES Act, negotiating directly with Nancy Pelosi before this is passed in the House. Once it undergoes those steps, then it would pass on to the Senate, and it would be voted on, negotiated further. And if it passes there, then it would go on to the president for a signature, and then it would be worked into law. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below. Oh, there's so much stuff down here. There is weird things on my floor. He stated, "We're in a no. What's wrong, Nora? Are you okay? Yeah. Are you okay, Nora? Yeah. Are you sad? No, it's gonna be in a month. It's in a long time. Are you okay, Nora? Yeah. Were you sad? Yeah. Okay. Do you want a hug? No.
How are you two?
Say, "I'm Calvin."
I'm Calvin.
Say, "Welcome to the Calvin Show."
Welcome to the Calvin Show.
Okay, it's time for you guys to go downstairs. Can you say bye-bye, Mama? You want me to clip your pants first, Nora? Thank you. I love you.